George, can you tell us a little bit about your background in music and how you got started and interested in it?
Well, when I was 3 years old, I decided that I wanted to become a singer. I went to my mom and told her, one day I'm going to be a singer. And
how did she react to that? Was she excited?
She was quite normal about it. But she told me, listen, if you want to become a singer, it's great, but you'll have to be a serious singer, so you'll have to learn music. And so a week later, she took me to the music school, and I started piano lessons.
Wow, at 3 years old?
Yeah, 3 and a half.
Wow, that's really young.
Yeah, yeah. I was a tiny little kid. And then I went on singing at school and doing some stuff at a few bars and stuff like that. And then when I was 17, I think, I auditioned for the great Greek composer Mimis Plessas. And he liked my voice. And that's how it all started. We went on tour together and we did like 40 or 50 concerts all over Greece and Cyprus. And then I signed with EMI and, you know, little by little.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
We know that you're both French and Greek and that you grew up in Greece. How do you think that's affected your career or influenced?
It has in many ways influenced the way I see things and all the different information I have in my soul and in my brain, because I grew up listening to, on one hand I had Edith Piaf and Jacques Brel and all the huge French artists. On the other hand I had Hatzidakis and Nana Mouskouri and all the great Greek artists. So it has affected me a lot because I think I have the difference between me and the other 100% Greek artists is that I have a double personality. I'm practically crazy. But I consider it to be quite, you know, in the end, I'm rich. I consider myself to be rich because I have, like, I can compare and see and basically choose the best aspects of Greece and France. Yeah.
Who are your top 2 or 3 musical inspirations, you think?
Okay, so my first idol was Nana Mouskouri, whom I believe to be maybe the greatest artist, the greatest pop singer that has ever existed. It's someone that I adore and admire a lot, not only her voice but also her achievement, which I find extraordinary. A little bit later, when I was 12 years old, one day I got this record and I saw this name, and it was Maria Callas. And I had heard so many great things that she was the voice of the century. And I put the CD on, and I was mesmerized. And that was it. So she was the second greatest influence I've had. And at that point in my life, I wanted to become an opera singer. I still love opera and classical music, although I never made it. But Callas is definitely someone that I hold very dear to. And the third one is Lara Fabian, who is a great French Canadian singer and songwriter also. And I'm so lucky because I actually sang with her last year. We did a duet together, and I feel very fortunate to, you know, to have had the chance to do that with her.
So tell us what you do in your free time when you're not singing.
I sing in my bathroom. Well,
you sing when you're not singing.
Yeah, I sing when I'm not singing. Well, I'm kind of easygoing and relaxed. I don't do much stuff. I enjoy going long walks to the beach because in Athens I live quite next to the sea, so I love doing that. I love having people, my friends, at home for dinner. I cook for them and we have fun.
What do you cook?
Everything.
Everything?
Everything.
Oh, wow.
French cuisine,
French
Greek, everything. And I love traveling all the time and shopping.
What's one of your favorite places that you've visited?
Well, first of all, I love New York. And Paris. Paris is probably my favorite place in the world. Yeah, it is. Well, it's funny because I don't consider Athens to be my base because I travel all the time, and I've learned to consider Paris as my home and New York also, and Montreal lately. So I feel at ease wherever I am.
That's great. That's really What message would you like to send to Greeks all around the world, all abroad?
Well, first of all, I'd like to tell them to, to discover the Greek language, because they must not forget who they are and where they come from. Greek language and Greek history, because it's very important, and this is basically who we are. But also, apart from that, I tell them to try and, find their way of discovering all the Greek culture, because whether it's music or literature or sculpture or everything, we have such a huge range of art, and we should consider ourselves very, very lucky, and it's a shame that we don't actually know what we have in our hands. So discover Greece.
That's great advice. Well, we thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was my pleasure.